So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about Zeus Network being exposed for so much drama, tea, and scandal that I had to wait to put this out. I was just lingering to see if there would be any follow-up to all of the allegations that were released last week by rapper and former Baddies cast member Stunna Girl. I also wanted to wait and see what was going to happen on this week's recent episode and if it reflected the current allegations. So to summarize what is going on, Zeus Network is coming off as an above ground and underground shit show. Like, for a lack of a better word, that is what this is. Stunna Girl was a cast member on last season's Baddies West, and she is spilling a lot. Baddies happens to be the highest grossing and most viewed show on the Zeus Network, and it's literally raking in double-digit millions each month. This show and network has literally catapulted dysfunction, violence, sex, and so much instability into damn near primetime TV. And to be honest, I'll be watching it. For the sake of entertainment, it did spark my interest in the beginning of the network's development because I always thought the premise of the show was fine, but the execution of the show is why this is all coming out. So Stunna Girl exposes the owner, whose name is Lemmy Plummer, and other cast members on Zeus by saying that STDs are going around, many cast members are sleeping with the owner, and a lot of the fights that have happened are all centralized to one person. Allegedly. Let me make sure I say that. Now, if you've been keeping up with the show, there have been times where you don't understand why the conflicts are the way they are, but what Stunna Girl has alleged actually makes sense to what we've been seeing. So, in my rolly voice, this is a shit show. And we've been knew that, but to see this all play out the way it has is really giving the beginning of the end. So I wanted to give my unfiltered thoughts on all of this mess as I have been keeping up with the show. So I've broken this video down into 3 main talking points. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my first point is addressing Stunna Girl's allegations. Stunna Girl is like, I don't know if I like her or don't like her. It's like aspects of her I do like because she isn't scared to say how she feels and what it is. And to be honest, she doesn't come off as a liar, but it's like she's so self-centered and has this unbearable inflated ego, it doesn't make sense to me. Her entitlement is crazy, but I do think she's authentically herself, doesn't lie, and I do believe a lot of what she has said. So this all started because Zeus Network, and in particular Natalie Nunn, announced that Baddies Caribbean is going to be the next installment of the Baddies franchise, which, side note, doesn't make sense to me because Baddies Midwest made more sense. It's a lot of girls in Ohio, y'all know I live in Ohio, but there's a lot of girls in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Minnesota, Wisconsin that would do this. But I think the weather plays a part. Imagine filming the show during the coldest part of the winter within the Midwest. I'll pass. So my guess is that Baddies Midwest is probably going to film sometime this summer if they do it. So Zeus Network didn't give that much information on Baddies Caribbean. However, they are claiming that there will be auditions for this, I think this upcoming weekend in Miami, and they posted a flyer and information for people to come out. So of course, the discourse was calling out Natalie as well as Zeus for hosting auditions just for the sake of content, because we all know that nobody from the auditions actually gets picked to be on the cast. I mean, let's be real. They made it seem like that, but they've had all of these people show up to auditions even though they've made prior arrangements for some of these cast members to show up. Essentially, many of them were pre-selected, including Stunna Girl. I believe the only cast members that have gotten on the show through the audition process was Razor from Baddies West, as well as Biggie from Baddies West. Everyone else has some type of ties to Zeus, or they appeared on other TV networks and other shows. So Natalie makes a response to people calling her out. She started listing off names of current and former cast members who were picked from the audition. So of course she mentioned Stunna Girl, who then saw this and decided to air everybody out.
We're casting for the new season of the Caribbean on Zeus Network. And I know a lot of y'all been feeling a lot of type of ways like, oh, you guys only cast, stop playing with me. Where did Biggie come from? Where did Razor come from? Hold on, let me think of a few. Stunna Girl come from? Give me someone else. Where did Mariah Lynn come from? Because I'm not gonna hold y'all. Them girls, fuck with them now, but I didn't know really like a lot about them before that. So
now, before I get into the text messages and more, my thing with Stunna Girl is that, of course, she's justified in speaking her truth, but I feel like she literally waits to be talked about and provoked to really go in. Like, she's right to say, no, that's not how it went, but she didn't just say that. She wanted to expose more than what we needed to know, because it seems like she either has really big animosity towards Zeus Network, or maybe there's more to the story. So Stunna Girl goes live and basically said that wasn't the case, and that Baddies production knew who they wanted on the show. Again, seems like there's only been 2 people to slip through the cracks and make it onto the cast that weren't originally connected to the Zeus Network or other TV networks.
I know this was the day that I was leaving the show. Oh no, this was the day I was getting my makeup done before I was leaving. And then old girl's business got exposed and They was already beefing because the other bitch been around before her. You feel me? Like, I remember when I had on my birthday weekend, when I had went to that hotel, I think it was like the one, but he was out having dinner with this, and I asked him who is that, and then he was saying that was his. So I never knew like she was gonna be on the show or nothing. I thought she was just another girl, the Anna girl. They was together in the hotel, and I feel like I got a video of that because we was eating at the bar. But anyways, I heard all this shit. She was saying he gave her the clap and that he be dogging her and doing her hella bad and all this other. And you know, that's around the time I felt like some compassion for Scotty, because I really feel like she's like just a weak ass, lame ass. But it's like her is like you feel compassion for, because it's like, damn, you're really a weak ass bitch. But it'd be like, you know, you don't want the bitch to get bullied and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like in her situation, she just was like a bitch that fell in love with her trick. And y'all know what the funniest part is that Natalie be mad about? Natalie's always like, Lemmy doesn't even really know. She's really a whore and da 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 da. I used to have this on the jets. She used to be on the jet with me, eating and popping it everywhere, and he thinks that one time we got on the jet was her first plane ride, and he didn't even know. Like, she just be so mad because he don't know the tea about her. So she was like, yeah, you remember when we got on the jet and then he couldn't move his seat and Scotty went over there and pushed the buttons, and he was like, how does she even know that? Duh, because the bitch been popping coochie from here to mother Africa. You're just a dumbass trick. Like I said, you're just like a little boy who just hit his growth spurt and got a little couple dollars and barely started playing with hoes, playing with checks. So of course you can never smell the hoe on her, because you're not a boy, you're not a dog. A bitch like her could pull the wool over your eyes. But see, she would have been in a good position though if she would have played her cards right and listened to what the fuck I told her when I first met her. And I have a really good thing, like when I meet people, I could read them immediately. Like, I could tell you about yourself, I swear to God. So when I peeped her whole situation within 5 minutes, and I literally told her, do not fall in love with your trick. And guess what the dumb bitch did? Not only did she fall in love, she fell into a motherfucking arrangement. This got this in a $3,000 apartment a month. Then the Natalie said the bitch don't even get no purses out there. She don't even get no good allowance. The only thing she get is her rent paid, and he got cameras in her house, so he could see everything she motherfucking do. You playing girlfriend with the trick? Not only are you playing girlfriend, why are you doing GFE with a John? Why? He is a John. He is a client. You need to treat him accordingly. Treat him accordingly, bitch. He's a f***ing client. He's a client. Treat him as such. He's a John. He pays for your pussy. Why are you falling in love with a man and you know he got a wife? And then the wife is like, I never said that. I asked him. I'll go, oh God. I asked him right from their face. I was like, your wife don't be tripping about none of this? She can't trip. Her whole family lives in my house. I pay all the bills. I take care of her and her family.
So this just opens up Pandora's box, because now Stunna Girl is so riled up and upset that she feels the need to really prove how nutty Zeus is. And I will say, as much as I did enjoy learning more about Zeus, confirming speculations, allegedly, and putting 2 and 2 together, I still don't know why Stunna Girl released this information. She literally has nothing to do with any of the stuff that I'm about to get into. So let's get into it. She then alleges that Lemmy, who is the CEO and owner of Zeus, is not only in a sexual relationship with Scotty, one of the cast members, but he is also, or was, in a sexual relationship with Anna Mac, which again, both are cast members on this season's Baddies show. And then to make matters worse, she claimed that she knew information on Anna Mac claiming to have chlamydia and getting it from Lemmy. Like, WTF? Like, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Like, baddie, go get your shots o'clock. Burning Baddies gotta be the next name for the group, because y'all mean to tell me the owner of the network is sleeping with multiple cast members, but then also clapping the cheeks and clapping the clap into the cheeks? Now, this is allegedly, but let's get into the text messages. So Stunna is texting Scotty and says, what are you doing? Scotty says, annoyed AF, about to start these interviews. Stunna says, I know somebody that talked to Anna. I don't know if I even want to tell you. Scotty eagerly says, tell me. Stunna Girl shockingly responds and says, she said, Lemmy gave her chlamydia. Scotty, in immediate disbelief, says, WTF? Stunna, then somewhat concerned, responds, that ish serious. Her close partner saying it like it's a joke, but it's not. And the person who told me she said it to herself out her own mouth. So Scotty, with another wave of disbelief and budding deflection, then says, he's never given me anything before, but then again, I go to the doctor. She also has a boyfriend she F's with while effing him. But I go to the doc regularly because I know what's going on. I take pills to prevent. I got BV back in December ever since my doc put me on pills. Now, I'm not sure why the next messages aren't showing, but Stunna says, but I don't take it as being funny T. You my partner, you feel me? And Scotty says, I take my health seriously, so I appreciate you, Bookie. Thanks for the heads up though. Like, for real. This is why I F with you. And scene. Because I'm sorry, Stunna Girl does not give me girls vibe. If your issue is with Lemmy and maybe Natalie, why are you using someone else's health and sexual business as leverage to push your argument? Like, I know we're here for the tea, but it's like we came here for tea and she gave us Cabernet Sauvignon from Napa Valley. alley, like zam, okay? So these allegations basically show that something is definitely going on outside of what we see, and I think it's obvious at this point. But I don't think it was Stunna Girl's place, because she clapped back, honey, no pun intended, but she clapped back at Zeus and Lemmy in a way that, Lemmy, you can't even say anything back. But the crux of the conversation was not about any of this. I would have respected it more if she would have posted text messages showing that Zeus did indeed contact her to be on Baddies and she was pre-selected to do the show. But Stunna is one of those girls who I can tell she wants to see everyone crumble around her because she thinks she's hot shit. And I'm not gonna lie, I do like the song. I like that. I think it's a cool song, love the beat. And I did know the name Stunna Girl prior to Baddies. I never heard a song or really looked into her, but I knew the name. But let's be real, Baddies made Stunna Girl more popular. Yes, she had fans, followers, and fortune prior to the show, but she acts as if Baddies isn't the reason why more people know her. It gave her a platform to expand her brand, which is cool, but it's like the girl really is nutty, because if you give her an inch, she's definitely gonna take a mile, even a kilometer. She really exposed. Like, we weren't supposed to know this, and what I find weird is that she said that Scotty was her partner, but decided to put this out. Someone clocked her and said, aren't y'all friends? Why you leaking? And Stunna said, not my friend, she been unfollowed. And I'm telling y'all, she is not a girl's girl. She is the type of girl who would tell your business once y'all fall out, because Scotty did nothing to deserve her business to be exposed in these texts, as well as Anna Mac. Regardless, this information does add to the fact that there is so much more going on in Zeus Network that doesn't meet the screen. And it's crazy because if you watch a Zeus Network show, it's like they overly film and don't edit, because we pretty much see everything. The long drawn out fights and arguments, conversations that are really long, even receipts of internet beefs and scandals from the cast members. But it's crazy to know how much we don't know, which brings me to my next point. So my next point is the behind the scenes mess. So Lemmy, the CEO of Zeus, is having sexual relations with Scotty and Anna Mac, but he is also married. Y'all know the pretty lady that was the host of the reunion and auditions a few times. She is gorgeous and seems unproblematic, but of course we don't know. But yes, Lemmy is married to her. Her name is Janisha. So Lemmy, let me drag your Vince from Recess head ass, old AJ from Timmy Turner head ass, old I didn't get poom poom till I had money, old I can't get inside the club so I had to make my own club head ass naker. I don't know the situation pertaining to his wife and marriage, but to be sleeping with two cast members while being married is low level nonsense. I will never understand or respect why people mix business with pleasure. It will always be a recipe for disaster. I already know that he's the type who was the last to be picked to play playground basketball amongst his peers and has always yearned for the power and respect that doesn't come naturally to him. When I heard Krishan Rock talk about him and Diddy being acquainted, it made sense, because I feel like now that we know what's going on behind closed doors, it's giving surviving Zeus Network in the next decade. There have been several allegations about Lemmy sleeping with the talent. When they did Baddies ATL the first season a few years ago, I could have sworn there were rumors about Christina from BGC9 sleeping with Lemmy and other things. And I think this also speaks to the level of desperation and lack of self-control that a lot of these women have, because outside of the money, what makes you sleep with a man who looks like his mom had to cut the crust off of his peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Like, come on now, ladies. I know I be joking, but even if you're not worried about his looks, what makes some women want to sleep with their boss? This story is so tired, from the entire Playboy saga to even the whole Diddy thing. Sleeping with the person who signs your checks and controls your work and promotion is always a recipe for disaster. In this case, it's sucky and yucky that we have STIs being spread, but the fact that a marriage is present, this is crazy. It seems that behind the scenes, these girls have been convinced that the best way to extend their clout and position on the show is to mess with the boss. And I want to advise y'all, not from personal experience, but from common sense, do not do that. The craziest thing about stuff like this to me is that it's so much peen out here that I don't get why women share and knowingly share. There was a rumor that Anna Mac had been around Zeus Network for the past few years as Lemmy's side piece, I'm assuming, and I guess she finally got her spot. Lemmy, your downfall is starting. Like, even if it takes months or years, just know once you mix business with pleasure, you've lost your credibility, critical thinking, and your reputation. And let's not forget, a lot of people are looking to unsubscribe from Zeus or just turn their attention elsewhere. Now, Lemmy did respond to the allegations made by Stunna and said, people out here have nothing better to do than make up wild stories and lies, probably because Zeus isn't signing their checks or funding their lives anymore. Folks need to find some business, preferably outside of Zeus. Or if they want to be on Baddies, just say that. If not, they should go focus on getting those monthly listeners up on Spotify. It's kind of looking light compared to them so-called partners. They think they're out here clearing something, but they need to focus on clearing those records that's not coming out. Certain cast members have been off the show for damn near a year, but because they don't have any other business or lives, watch it be out me or Zeus for the next 30 days. LOL. And I will say, I thought the shade was funny, especially about the clearing part, because it just came out that Stunna Girl song that sampled Sierra's Goody song, Stunna Girl, it wasn't cleared because she didn't go through the right process. And again, Stunna Girl and her entitlement and highly inflated ego is beyond wild to me. But yeah, the behind the scenes of all of this is very nutty. Now, my third and final point is, what is really going on? Now, I'm gonna make this quick because I feel like from these allegations, it's easy to allege and conclude that Zeus Network is seemingly operating as an entertainment brothel. And I am being dramatic when I say that. I don't think all of the ladies participate in these sexual advances, maybe just a few, but I just see this getting worse. The cat's out the bag and the cat was given out for a bag. I actually liked Scotty prior to this season. I still think she's probably cool, but it finally makes sense to me what is really going on. Scotty's beefs are all over Lemmy, and that's sad because Scotty looks good. She shouldn't have to fight for pulsing piping penis. This show has made her a reality TV star, and maybe it's because she hopped on tip, but still, you do not need to do this. Lemmy is a 37-year-old man. He's also married. He's also 10 years older than Scotty, and I don't really care if people date older or younger as long as it's legal, but I think for someone with such a promising career in reality TV, at least in this realm, in this genre, because she started off pretty well liked by the fans, to let this be the demise of your reputation is so corny. I didn't realize that a lot of the girls on Zeus Network have over 1 million followers on Instagram, including Scotty. So let's also wake up the fact that Natalie and Scotty just fought on this past week's episodes, and these joints was really scrapping, and they tried to play it like they were fighting over Scotty getting an extra plate of chicken wings. Like, girl, come on. The only extra plate of anything she got was a different type of meat, and that's why they were going at it. Now, I don't believe that Natalie is sexually involved with Lemmy, but it seems like Natalie may have checked Scotty about how she's been moving, and Scotty didn't want to hear it or be held accountable, and then they became physical. I will say, Scotty, you're getting better at fighting, but she still be making me mad. Like, Anna Mac handled her, and she's mad little. Anna Mac, to me, I liked her in the beginning of the season, but it's like, all of these joins is either followers or they're just some type of loudmouth girls who just want to hear themselves talk. I still kind of like Anna. She stands her ground, and for a little sized lady, she does stand on business, but it's like, girl, get a muzzle sometimes. If it is indeed true that she is or was also messing with Lemmy, it's sad that these ladies who are very young, Anna Mac is like 22, 23, would feel like this is the way forward for their careers. Lemmy is going to be our generation's P. Diddy if he doesn't get a grip. The storyline is very typical. A man who maybe didn't have all the money, power, and respect that he wanted as a young guy. He then acquires his business and starts to see the rising success, and now he's at the top and can call the shots. He does whatever he wants and incites drama. And again, this man is married, so to end off, I think Zeus Network will be next on the expose list in time to come. There's nothing illegal about sleeping with your boss. I just think it's morally wrong, in my opinion. But I do think where there's smoke, there is fire, so we shall see what happens next. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If you haven't already, go stream my song Rich Auntie. It is out on all platforms, and I'm trying to get the video to 10,000 views so I can put out new music, so it will be pinned down below. Please go check it out if you haven't already. And once we get to that milestone, we're gonna have some new music for y'all, all right? And lastly, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Meaty, spicy, juicy, baby, call me Suya. I said 24/7, we stacking, racking. I'm a bad bitch, you fraction, lacking. Counting bread while he playing Madden. I'm in the building, bitch, what's happening? Queen chime up here, satisfaction. I'm really a vet, these joints need practice. Running in circles around them, we laughing. QTM girls like camera action. Wanna book the girls, you need 1,000 Andrew Jackson. Add it up and do the math, ain't no subtraction. YouTube hit 200K, but that was back then. Watch your back, bitch, you know I can make it happen. Your man a pendulum, you know that he's swinging right back, and he can't get enough of me, baby, cause I'm like that.